On June 17th, 2023, JF Gariepy states that Mama JF, his mentally disabled, self-proclaimed wife, decided to leave their shared home and embark on a new transient lifestyle, never to return.
I don't know if Mama JF is in danger. I don't know where she is.
The week of October 3rd, 2023, a concerned citizen reports Mama JF missing to the Royal Canadian Mounted Police.
And you know, people are accusing me of murder on the internet.
Despite 4 months passing, and Gariepy admittedly not hearing from Mama JF, he never reported her as missing.
Should I call the police? This is a willing woman, a willing adult woman, doing her willing stuff.
At this point, the feds are outside of Gariepy's home night and day, questioning him, watching him, putting the pressure on him.
So they wake me up every morning. There are days where they come once, where there are days where they come twice. There's always a truck of the feds in front of my house.
Despite this, he remains callous and seemingly unconcerned for Mama JF's whereabouts, even acting surprised that the feds seem to care so much.
And it's fascinating to see a bunch of professionals like this who really are interested in her safety, let me tell you.
He goes on to explain why Mama JF cannot be traced, describing in detail how she left her debit and credit cards behind.
Now, I knew that she had left without any sort of electronic tracking. You know how the police can track you with your credit card, with your debit card. She had left with nothing.
Gariepy even states that she is likely putting herself in high-risk situations, painting a narrative for the public and for the police.
Probably Mama JF is out there having fun, probably exposing herself to huge risks. You know, the risks of street life and anonymous life.
He goes as far as to say she could be lying in a ditch somewhere after being raped and or murdered. Yet he never called the police.
Because no one knows. No one knows if someone has raped you and just put your body in a ditch.
At this point, his bitterness and anger towards women, Mama JF in this situation in particular, start to bleed through his cool exterior, giving us a glimpse into his dark soul.
What happens when you let these females do whatever the fuck they want? Well, what happens is that they sometimes make bad decisions.
It's very clear at this point that Gariepy obviously has resentment towards Mama JF and his inability to control her.
That is sometimes the state of delusion in female minds, and I can't do anything about this. I have zero control over this. If we were in the society, the Christian society of 1920, maybe I could file some report and say, hey, my wife is a little crazy. She's a little out there. Can I control, can I own her, basically?
Despite his previous remarks regarding Mama JF possibly being in a ditch, raped or murdered, he continues to justify why he never reported her as missing.
In the absence of any evidence of harm or that she's doing something evil to someone else, there's no reason to call the police.
Gariepy makes a very ominous comment, saying that despite where she is or what she does, he considers himself allied to her forever. This is very typical of the controlling narcissist partner. If I can't have you, then no one can have you.
I've loved her, and I still love her, and I still consider I consider myself allied to her forever.
Gariepy claims to have dropped Mama JF off at a gas station. Video footage from this gas station shows that this part of the story is true. On this footage, Mama JF is seen wearing a brown leather jacket, black pants, and carrying nothing but a small backpack with her.
So she left and she had a whole plan. She had She had bought camping material. She was on her way to some sort of survivalist trip. From what I understood, it looked like she was preparing for life in the wild.
This is where his story starts to show its holes. How could she be planning for some kind of quote-unquote survivalist trip, carrying nothing but a small school backpack? This doesn't make any sense. He goes on to explain that he's told the police that this mentally disabled woman is simultaneously some kind of criminal mastermind, an expert at avoiding detection.
I was kind of telling that to the police jokingly, half jokingly, but it's like she's a professional fugitive who doesn't commit crimes. So it's like she's gonna be hiding from you as hard as she can, while also not having anything to reproach to herself. But that's just how she is. So I mean, she and so from there, I'm like, I'm gonna drop myself behind. I'm going to disappear. You're not going to be able to reach me.
I'm going to end part 1 here. Next week, we'll dive into Gariepy's past and his disturbing history with Epstein and impregnating mentally disabled women. Make sure that you hit the like and subscribe to see more videos like this. Until next time.